Hello and welcome to our newest Jaguars at Norrisville Elementary. I am Mrs. Deremick, one of the kindergarten teachers. Mrs. Cup and I are so excited to begin our kindergarten journey with all of our new families. Please continue to watch as we will highlight some important aspects for our year. Mrs. Deremick and Mrs. Cup are both of the kindergarten teachers that will be working with students this year. You will see both Mrs. Deremick and Mrs. Cup in some of the videos on the lessons that will be posted to It's Learning. So even if your teacher is Mrs. Deremick, but it is a video in one of the lessons of Mrs. Cup, it is okay. You will see both of us as we are working together to provide the very best instruction to all of the kindergarten students.
Here is our kindergarten virtual learning schedule for our synchronous students, and then our asynchronous students can use this schedule to see when you would be available to join us. Every day you can see that we're going to start out at 9:30, so our day will begin at 9:30, and we will start with our class meeting. This will be live, and then we will just talk about our morning and what our day will look like. On Mondays and Wednesdays, you can see that we have reading lessons, and then Tuesday and Thursday, we have our writing lessons. When you see the flex groups, that's our live instruction. So that's when we will go live and follow up with the lesson that you just watched through It's Learning. You can see the breaks that are built in throughout the day. We will have math every day. WordWork and Tub will go back and forth. We will have literature and phonics instruction. And then we will have specials each day. You can see that Monday and Tuesday, you will either have music or gym. And then on Wednesday and Thursday, all of kindergarten will join art and media together. At 2:45 will be our closure. This will also be a live portion of the day, and this is when we will come back together and we will close out our day. On the next slide, it breaks this schedule down by the day. Here is how each day will look. So we will start our class meetings right at 9:30. This is when everyone will jump on. You will find this class meeting in the homeroom tile of It's Learning. After our class meeting, we will get off of live instruction, and then the student will go into the It's Learning reading tile, and for the 15 minutes, they will watch the pre-recorded mini lesson. This mini lesson is pre-recorded for our asynchronous students to be able to view these videos during their time. And then after you finish the pre-recorded lesson, at 10 o'clock, you will jump on to our live meeting. You may finish your video prior to 10 o'clock. If you have 5 minutes, maybe 10 minutes, you can take a small break. Just don't forget to join us live at the 10 o'clock time. Again, these live links will all be in our homeroom tile. So go to the homeroom tile of It's Learning, and you will find all of your live links. After our reading live session, we will take a break. The students will hop off of the computer and go take their break. They will jump back on It's Learning at 11 o'clock to watch the pre-recorded lesson. At 11:15 is when they will jump on live with the teacher. At 11:45 to 12:45 is when the students are off the computer. They are having lunch and having their own time. 12:45 is when the students will jump back on to the It's Learning WordWork tile to watch the pre-recorded lesson, then jump on live with the teacher at 1 o'clock. The break is built in at 1:45. At 2 o'clock, the students will come live with us. So 2 o'clock will be a live link for a read aloud and some phonics instruction. 2:15, the students will join their specials, either media, gym, music, or art. And so you will find the correct tile in It's Learning. You will watch their pre-recorded video, and then at 2:30, you will jump on live with the teacher. 2:45, we will come back together as a live group to close out the day. For our word work instruction, this is when we're focusing on phonemic awareness, phonics, sight words, and fluency. Phonemic awareness is when we're going to be talking about the letter sounds, how they sound when you put the letters together, and what it sounds like when you break apart words. Phonics instruction is going to be when we're talking about how the letters and the sounds relate to one another and how you can blend them together to make words. Our sight words are going to be the words that the students need to memorize. These can be put onto flashcards and practiced throughout the week. They are also great to start building sentences with. A lot of times these are sight words and they're to be memorized because they don't follow a particular pattern in our English language, so it's hard to decipher them. So that's why they're called sight words. We remember them by sight. Our fluency is when we're going to be practicing our reading. This is when we're practicing our pace as we're reading and our timing.
For reading, we will follow the Lucy Calkins Reading Units of Study for Readers Workshop, and the kindergartners are going to begin to establish their identities as readers while they're building the foundational skills for reading. The first unit is We Are Readers, and they're going to work on their concepts of print, phonemic awareness, phonics, and the knowledge necessary to use story language to support their reading. The second unit is Superpowers, Reading with Print Strategies and Sight Word Power. This is where their love of play and learning superpower strategies will help them search for meaning, using picture clues, working on their fluency, and communicating meaning. The next unit is Bigger Books, Bigger Reading Muscles, where they're going to attempt to read more difficult books and becoming more independent with reading and using the reading strategies. And then the last unit is Becoming Avid Readers. And this helps the young readers in kindergarten to role play their way into being the readers that they want to become. They're going to pay really close attention to characters and setting and plot while they're reading fictional stories, and also become experts in nonfiction topics as they're reading together in book clubs and playing with rhyme and rhythm while reading some poetry. So they're going to be doing lots of different reading throughout kindergarten to become the very best readers that they can. For writing, we will be following Lucy Calkins' Writing Units of Study, and we'll start by launching into the Writer's Workshop. This is where children will be telling their stories through illustrations and drawings, and starting out with some pre-writing with adding some labels that might include some letters or maybe one or two letters. Then we'll move into the next unit, which is Show and Tell. And here they're going to be doing a lot more with labels and patterns that they might find in books. Our next unit is Writing for Readers, where they're going to be writing true stories about things that have happened to themselves and getting more of that writing down. In the next unit, we'll be doing lots with how-to books and writing to teach others about informational text of how to do different things that are familiar to them. And then the last unit we'll be writing in is a persuasive unit where they're going to be writing words to make a change. And they'll be able to address some problems, maybe in the classroom, the school, the world, and write letters and signs about how they can make a change and persuade others to want to make that change.
Our writing instruction will be every day. Even though we have it 2 days a week, the children will be writing daily. The beginning of the year, they're taught kids writing, and this is when the kid is sounding out the words and they are writing the letters that they think they hear. And as an adult, we're not correcting them and we're not making them change it. We're just encouraging them to put a symbol for a sound. We also encourage them to write what they hear. So everything we're praising them, we want them to be motivated to write. And if we keep making them change everything they do, it becomes a very daunting task. So we praise them for putting a symbol down, even if it may not be a letter or it may not be the correct letter. They're still associating something to that sound, which is the beginning stages of writing. We also will talk about the mechanics like spaces, uppercase, punctuation, and how we include our sight words. We will be following our Envision math curriculum this year. As you can see, it is broken down into topics. These are the topics that we will cover in order as we work throughout the year. We will start with numbers 0 to 5, and we will go all the way to shapes throughout the year. We will spend a lot of time in the beginning of the year focusing on numbers 0 to 10 and building a very strong foundation of number sense.
You may have noticed TUB listed on the schedules, and TUB is short for Thematic Unit Block, and this is our social studies and science time. We have many different themes in kindergarten that are based on the seasons, hands-on experiences, whole group, small group settings, and these are our unit themes that we will have during TUB time, which are Kindergarten Star, where they learn to be the best kindergartner that they can, Fall Harvest, Communities, The Wonders of Winter, Polar Animals, Wellness, Kindergarten Engineers, Extreme Earth, and Kindergarten Researchers.
Take a second to go ahead and review our virtual class rules. These may be a good idea to print and post in your child's workspace. Please feel free to contact Ms. Deremick or myself. We have our email addresses up here. You can also get a hold of us through Class Dojo. Here is Norrisville's phone number. Please reach out with any questions you may have.